Hey everybody, so I'm very excited to share with you this video. This is a farm to jar recipe where we went to one of the farms that's near our house in North California, and this was the cherry picking season, so we picked our own cherries and then we are gonna make some homemade jam using these.
Look.
So it was super fun to pick your own fruit. The kids loved it and we ended up picking about 8 pounds of cherries. Alright, so here I'm done washing 8 pounds of cherries. Now the next step is to sort them. Now by sorting I mean that I am going to pick the less ripe cherries that are tart or that are sour for making jam, and the ones that are ripe enough and good to eat, I will keep them for snacking. Now I'm also trying to find cherries that have imperfection and nobody would like to eat those, so I am also going to add those to the jam. Now the next step is pitting the cherries, that means removing the seeds. I'll be using this cherry pitter. So how it works is you put a cherry in between and then you squish it and the seed pops out. Now this is going to take some time and I'm gonna go ahead remove the seeds from all of the cherries and then I'll move on to cooking the jam. Alright, so I'm done pitting the cherries. Now I'm using a wide pan to cook these cherries. So I'm using a Dutch oven today because it distributes the heat well. And if you see any seeds that have been left over, then we can always take it out later while cooking the jam. Now these are about 2.5 pounds of cherries and I'm going to cover them for about 2 to 3 minutes on simmer so they become a little soft. And then I'm adding about a cup of sugar. Now to this jam, I will also add a little bit of grated ginger because ginger goes well with cherry jam as well as strawberry jam. Now after adding sugar, it's going to take about 30 minutes at least for the jam to get ready. So I'm going to keep stirring the jam, and also after a certain point, I'm going to squish the cherries so it gets cooked faster. Now after about 20-25 minutes of cooking, this is how the jam is going to look. I also added a pinch of salt here. Now I'm going to sterilize the jars in which I'm going to store the jam. So this is almost boiling water in which I am going to put the glass jars and also the lids. Now after about 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to take these out on a clean, dry towel and then let them air dry. Now the jam looks like it's almost done, so there is a way to check it. So I'm going to take a little bit in a plate and put it in the freezer to cool down. So once the jam completely cools down, I'll check the consistency. If the consistency is thick like a jelly and it's not dripping easily, that means it's done. Now I have let the jam completely cool down, and here you can see that now it looks like a jam. Now it has that jelly consistency, and next I'm going to transfer this to the jars and then store them in the refrigerator. Now while filling up the jam, I made sure that I did not touch the jars from inside, and also I had put some hand sanitizer beforehand to make sure none of the germs from my hand get transferred to the jar. So I hope you enjoy watching this farm to jar journey, and I am going to see you in another video next time. Bye.